Hi everyone, it's Jamie here, and I am going to be doing the first reading, recorded reading, since I have for the last time I was on Facebook. I can't remember how long that it was. If you were with me the last time, welcome. If you're new, welcome. Tonight I am recording a reading for entrepreneurs, for creatives. If you're diving into a creative project, been thinking about it, asking questions about where you need to go with that, or if you should move forward, what can help you. Also, if you've been kind of stuck in a rut at work, and I may be pulling more cards for that last group. I've already pulled cards already ahead of time, but I feel like I might have to pull some more. So bear with me. This is going to be posted unedited. So be mindful of any noises you may hear from my computer, from my cats, and anything else. I just felt really suddenly that I needed to informally create this video for someone, or maybe multiple people who really need to hear this message right now. So let's get started. Our first card, actually I feel like I need to start with the second one. Okay, we have share. And do forgive a lot of these ink marks. This is the pad that I do my writing on, so lots of ink everywhere. We have share. Video marketing. Get your message out. Reach more people. Develop a deeper connection. And I'm also picking up understanding with your audience through video. Let them get to know you, the real you. So when I was reading, basically develop a deeper connection with your audience, I was feeling like many of you need to do that research, and some of you have that resistance, that hesitancy, like you don't want to do any marketing research, you don't want to dive into your audience, you kind of feel like you already know, or you assume the identity of you assume what your market identity is. And I feel like I'm getting like holes in your plan. There's some loop, it's kind of just like holes. I wouldn't call them loopholes, but it's like you're missing bits and pieces of information that be really vital for you. And it will kind of lead you to a different route than, or at least for some of you, a different idea or makeup of who your audience is, and who you are as an entrepreneur, or a creative, an artist, even someone who's just in an office. You may not be relating to this directly unless you're in a position where you do have to give speeches, or you're in some sort of marketing position, or position that has to deal with the public, like retention, some sort of sales related position, something like that can influence your audience per se, your clientele. So take it as it relates to you, how it see fits. But a lot of you really need to dive into that marketing, branch off into something brand new. If you're not used to making videos, if you're not used to doing market research, if you're not used to doing any other type of social media connection and networking, this is a time for you to learn. It's all about opening out to new spheres, branching out into and beyond your comfort zone, and allowing yourself to become more than where you have been, right? To become more than you are. Because some of you, I feel you got comfortable, you love where you are, even if you don't love it 100%, you kind of know what to expect, and you kind of just want to adrift there, right? You need to kind of dive into the world a little bit more, right? Make your personal world bigger according to whatever is going on professionally, creatively for you. We have innovate. Is your business too generic? Highlight what you can give to your clients that no one else can. Frame your offers in a completely new way. That's interesting that last sentence says frame your offers, because as I was reading the second sentence, highlight what you can give, the word reframing kept coming into my mind. And, as a writer or an influencer, I often think about how that we're taught to reframe a story or a situation in our life, kind of shake up the story that's being told. If it's a negative story, if it's not appealing, find a way to create one that is, right? And this is going to be relative to those who are in marketing or in some sort of product sale. You kind of have to create that story that sells, right? That's appealing, that can draw the audience that you want to market to. Some of you, it's really also more for the innovation part, allowing yourself to be more innovative, to be creative, to expand the inner workings of your mind. So some of you, this could be dealing with professional development, or if you're not an entrepreneur, or if this isn't related to some sort of job position or occupation you have, this could be where it's allowing yourself to expand naturally in your creative prowess, to develop greater skills than what you already have. If you're a painter, if you draw, maybe you get into music, or maybe there's something else of interest that is drawing you and you just haven't allowed yourself to pursue it. The music, like maybe you're used to composing your own music, but you haven't exactly sorry, there's a fly in the house. You haven't exactly allowed yourself to maybe become more innovative in the way of creating online, combining technology and your music, right? Or putting it out there socially. For some of you, this is going to be something completely brand new. Allowing yourself to be so innovative that you have come up with a brand new idea, you decide to go down a completely different route or path. When we're talking about strategy, it's allowing yourself to expand mentally as well as emotionally, allowing your creation, I guess what you create, allowing your creativity to really, I'm sorry, for lack of a better word, go haywire. Because in my mind, part of my gifts is clairvoyance. I'm just seeing, it's hard to describe, but I'm just going to say, like wiggly lines all going all over the place, frantically everywhere. There's no distinct pattern. But allowing yourself to kind of go with that flow, to not adhere or stay within the bounds, but go everywhere, wherever your heart's desire. Allow yourself to be to innovate, to create, to expand in knowledge and in ideas. Follow your heart and intuition. If you get a nudge or you get an idea and you're like, I guess I could try that, but you end up not liking it, you can always change your mind, right? And even if that does happen, maybe all you have to do is just reframe how you're going about it, right? Or how you're seeing it, how you're viewing the idea. Maybe you keep the same path, but you just do it a little differently. Just it's all about, I don't know why the phrase give and take is coming up. Maybe that's just another way of saying compromising with yourself, allowing yourself to go with the flow, letting go of control, dropping those walls, right? And anything that is restricting you. I'm getting the word habit for some of you. Maybe this is, you're kind of stuck in a rut or a routine of thinking, a habit of feeling, a habit of being, or believing in who you are and what you can accomplish, right? What you should be doing versus what you want to do or can do. Move forward, take action, overcome your fear to take real action to move your business forward. Don't wait or justify. Step out of comfort and take your next action step. So that is very self-explanatory, right? And it kind of touches on what I've already spoken to you about. But going toward the people who are dealing with job and occupation, not entrepreneur. I mean, you could have work for someone, right, and have your own business on the side. But I feel like what I'm picking up is someone in an office, someone, and this could be multiple people, right? And it may even be months or years after this has been posted that it will reach someone or touch someone. But I'm getting take no for an answer. Not take no for an answer. Don't take no for an answer. Don't take no for an answer, okay? No settling. Go forward. I don't know why I just got the notion of go forward into the night. I think that's from a poem I've read, right? But it's basically the night can represent fear, right? Or the unknown. And then, and for those of you dealing with entrepreneurship or some sort of creative endeavor, going into the unknown can be going beyond the comfort zone. But going back to the person or people, it's like I feel with this job situation, some of you, this is where you're wanting to either divert and go into a different sphere altogether, where you're doing you want to do something completely different than what you're doing now, or an opportunity arises for some other people and it's like you're tempted. It gets you thinking about how happy you are or unhappy you are where you are now. Some of you, it's like this regret. You expected yourself to be far more ahead than where you are now. And then others, I'm getting like you take a step forward, but then you get 2 steps back in one way or another. But a lot of you, it's like you're kind of afraid. You're not taking that step forward, whatever that is, the appropriate step is for you. A lot of this is dealing with fear, kind of afraid of letting go of what's comfortable. You may not be 100% comfortable where you are, or satisfied, but it's stable. And for some of you, if you know where you are wanting to change and change paths on, it may not feel or look stable. It's like there's a risk involved. There's a chance things won't work out. For some of you, this is like people. You're afraid of the type of group of people you're going to have to work with, get to know. Some of you, it's like, I'm not sure why, but I'm picking up like afraid of who you're going to have to go through to get this position. Rubbing shoulders with people you don't like, or I'm getting, for some reason, there's a scenario playing out in my head, and I might as well just go ahead and relay it to you. But I'm getting like there's these snooty people, or you think they're snooty. You think that they look down their nose at you. They won't like you. They won't accept you. You're not going to get this job because why would you when they don't? For some reason, you feel like because I'm not getting the whole story or picture here as to why you're feeling this way and how they're connected, but it's as if they have some influence or could have some influence, at least as far as the person's emotions I'm picking up right now believes. And I say that because I feel like there is a part where of this other part of the energy that I'm picking up where it's like, no, they don't have influence, in fact. And whoever really is in charge of hiring sees beyond the crap, okay? If there's anything said about you, anything that's perceived in a negative light, I think based off the energy of what I'm feeling, it's as if the person who's actually doing the hiring and others who have great weight and influence, they actually see through the crap. And even if they don't, it's like none of that's going to matter, okay? Because it's really about you and who you are, what they see in you, what you can bring to the table, your positive characteristics, your skills, your passion. For some of you, I feel like it's this energy and drive you have. It's like for others, they see your heart. And that's part of the big thing that that's gonna sway them, right? You gotta be true to yourself and not allow fear to stop you or sway you from doing what you intuitively know is your path, right? Or from going forward in any way. Attract. So we have focus on attracting and building relationships with clients who are happy to buy your products and services. So this goes back to that marketing we were talking about, right? Also, for those not in the entrepreneurship or having to deal with like networking where it comes to your creative projects and endeavors, this could be where you need to branch out and make some friends, make new connections. This is about creating a whole new sphere around you. Whereas before you didn't have many people, or at least it felt like you didn't have many people on your side. Not many people understood you. And even if you have loving family and friends, not all of them understand you 100%. It's like there's this shadow part of you that's a mystery, a question mark. It's not that you're standoffish, even if you are, let's say, very introverted. It's just that they can only relate to you to a certain extent, right? And I can relate to that, and Spirit's telling me this relates to you, Jamie. I can definitely relate to that because I have yet in my life to run into someone that I feel comfortable around, even if they are family and friends. That I've always felt different, and even if I do have some sweet people that I love talking to, it's like that relationship can only go so far as far as connection, right? Really knowing someone, really understanding someone, that kind of feeling, right? Feeling part of the group. But for going back to the card, for a lot of you, making new connections, it doesn't necessarily have to be networking, even going by different stores, getting out of your routine. This is going to help you to run into the connections you need, to somehow get to the products that you need, to get to the services that you need, to attract or at least align with other people and opportunities. So for some reason, I just now saw someone running into a help wanted sign. Maybe this gives you an idea. Maybe you wanted to move on to a different job, but you didn't know where, or maybe you are in a currently looking for a new job, right? You're in the search of a job. It's like creating a new path, following your instincts. That intuition, that nudge of going here and there can lead you down a different path than you normally take, and then you run into that help wanted sign that leads you down to a prospect that you never thought would ever come across your path, or to a job you never thought you would want to take or be open to you, but it is. We have step up. This is going to be particularly for entrepreneurs, those diving into big projects as well, particularly if you're in the type of sphere or work that's dealing with network, leadership, things like that, speakers. So don't be the best kept secret in your niche. Boost your visibility, step out of the shadows and into the spotlight to attract your ideal clients. This could also be seen as connecting to attract, because what do we have to do to go down different paths? We have to step out of our comfort zone. But going back to entrepreneurs, those dealing with projects, even if you're in a job, let's say a 9-to-5 job or something like that, if you want to move up, get into a managerial or leadership position, want to get that promotion, want to be seen and recognized, you do have to allow yourself to be visible. People can't find you if you're invisible, right? You've got to allow yourself to be visible, to let your skills shine, let your light shine, right? Don't be afraid to draw attention, to attract attention. You've got to get to a point where you feel okay being renowned, being recognized. I remember they're giving me this example so that some of you can relate to what I'm talking about. And when I was in high school, we had these different writing prompts we had to do. I forget. It was for, how they're always doing these tests, these big examinations, and they call them different things. I don't know what they're calling them now, but when I was a kid, they had changed them from the STARS test to the TAX test to whatever. And one of them, you know, you have to write a huge long essay as part of the English portion. And whatever this test was, I can't remember which one it was, but they rated the grades 1 through 4. And the 4 being the top grade you can get possible. I got a 4, and my teacher was raving about it to the whole class and read my essay out loud, and I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even enjoy the spotlight. I kind of sunk into my chair and twisted up and just stared at my desk, and I could just remember the heat on my cheeks. I wasn't used to attention like that, positive attention, or any kind of attention really, and it just mortified me. So a lot of you, if it's that extreme or not, even if it's just a little bit where you're just not used to, not comfortable with it, do what you can to get comfortable with that. Do it in small portions, baby steps. I'm getting. So if you're a speaker, maybe do small talks in front of small groups of people. You know, like those 5-minute elevator speeches or something like that. A 2-minute elevator speech. Work your way up. Others, put yourself out there. If this is for promotion, you know, don't be afraid to take on extra tasks. Don't be afraid to take credit. Some people, I know they have trouble taking credit, but you have to allow people to know what you've done and to be recognized for that. Because even if we're not dealing with a scenario where other people are taking credit of you, even if people know about you, but you're not out there visibly doing it and allowing yourself to be recognized and speaking up for yourself, you can easily be overlooked. Not that people would do that on purpose, right? It's hard to pay attention to someone who isn't seen and not heard. So really step up and be confident in yourself. Have that confidence and that strength within you and that bravery to become who you are and allow yourself to move forward in that direction, okay? All of you really have the intelligence, the drive, the passion to do this, to be successful. Elevate, new mindset, new results. Elevate your mindset if you want to get different results. If you keep thinking and acting the same way, nothing will change in your business. This is basically what we've been talking about through most of the reading, right? It's basically change yourself, change your life, change your routine, change up your thoughts, change up your beliefs, right? Shake up your life. Elevate, 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 okay? No matter if you're an entrepreneur trying to take your business farther or even starting your business, no matter if you're dealing with projects that you're trying to get off the ground, or we're dealing with a job or occupation, picking up someone who is doing research. This could be academic, this could be scientific research, medical, whatever. I'm getting more of the former. It's like you got to open up your mind, see from a different perspective, see it a different way. That's where you're going to get your answers. Raise your vibe. Raise your vibe, or raise your vibration, and attract opportunities when you love your life and enjoy each day to the fullest. So basically, you know, when you're enjoying yourself, that helps contribute to a high frequency. And when you are in a high enough frequency, you will naturally attract what you want. You will naturally manifest your desires. Okay, I'm getting top and bottom. Should I do this one? Nope, I'm going to do this one too. All right, elaboration. I'm just going to take that one too. And these two are poking out. Okay. So we have direct. I was going to start with the bottom, and this last second I was like, nope. We have direct. Learn how to find and direct your ideal clients and customers to your offers, websites, content, social media channels. This is going to be for someone who's more seasoned. Okay, more in the game is the phrase that I'm picking up. It's like, I'm getting the example in my head is someone who hasn't exactly leveled up or updated their content, or maybe you haven't gotten the most, not that you have to have the most updated technology, but maybe you don't even have the basic upgraded technology, or you don't have a website, or if you do, it just has basic information and you don't have social media connections, or I'm getting something more with payment, something about payment options. Maybe you don't have a variety of more contemporary payment options available. As if it's kind of giving me an example of someone who's still just taking cash and checks and hasn't really brought in the debit and credit card options. But again, I'm also picking up this could be someone who's doing the debit and credit card option, but you haven't really brought in the QR code option, PayPal, other types of payments like that, you know. So it's like that, but you don't want to just start bringing in a bunch of stuff. You need to look at what would be more beneficial for the type of audience you're working with. If it's a younger population, you may want to work with the QR codes, right? And PayPal and other apps like that. So just that's Benji. He just jumped on the table, dear God. So that is this is for you guys specifically. Basically updating your profiles, your websites, your payment plans, things like that, and how you think about things like that. Yeah, I know for some of you I'm picking up, oh, but that's going to be more work, more effort, but then you get more revenue, right? So you got to balance. You got to make a balance for what you're doing. Yeah, it could be more work or harder to learn a skill if you're thinking, if that's what you're thinking, but then see the benefits and the positive aspects of that as well, and focus more on that. You don't want to focus on the negative, because you're just going to attract that, right? You're going to attract more of that type of perspective. We have publicize. Stop hiding behind your computer. Get publicity for your brand. Be bold and visible in your market. Be the rock star you are. Definitely reiterating what we have talked about. I'm picking up a lot of artists who are in the background, not really have brought themselves out yet. A web designer I'm picking up, someone who does a lot of web designing for people. You're always in the background. You've never really stood out. It's like you're this invisible ninja, and yet there's no notoriety even for being the ninja. You got to start doing stuff for yourself, okay? Something about a website. What was that about? For some of you, I guess, putting yourself out there on a website. I just keep getting this feeling of someone who they have the capability, the skill to work with websites, to work with technology. And they're great. They're awesome at it. They do it for everybody else, but they don't do it for themselves. So I'm also picking up forgive me, I know this is, I feel like this is a kind of a crude word, but it's like a really well, the word just left me so good I don't have to say it, but it's just, for lack of a better phrase or better word, it's like a mediocre job. It's like the way your business is going is mediocre. There's nothing really exciting about it. I'm picturing an old ran down van. I think that's just the example of how you feel, of how your business is. You know, it's nothing exciting, nothing that's going to draw attention, right? And nothing that represents what you give people, the awesome customer service, the awesome product, the skill, the mindset, the capability. I mean, you've got charisma, you have knowledge and intelligence. And like I said, you're doing an awesome job really creating revenue for people and wonderful designs for them and helping them look good. And this could even be like someone who's a publicist or an assistant to someone who makes them look good. And you know, you have the same drive and capabilities as the people you work for. You're an awesome, it's like giving me the example of a lion. You're a lion yourself, helping other lions, but you are kind of like that hidden tiger, you know, in the winds, the lion that's in the winds that no one sees, kind of a loner off on the mountain. It's time for you to be in the spotlight, because you know, I feel like, see how they're famous on the hat? It's time for you to be known and recognized for yourself. I was about to say stop making others feel better and look better, and allow yourself to look and feel better. But you know, everyone has a different path, so if you continue with this job, that's great, or with whatever you're doing with your business, but do start making changes to bring yourself to the front and center, you know, to really be recognized for your worth. It's time to start showcasing yourself, and that really does relate to a lot of what else we've been talking about. But don't stay in the background anymore. You know, allow yourself to shine. We have lead. Develop the best way to work with your clients. Create programs, packages, and products that help them solve their problems. For some of you, though, I'm also picking up this is to not be afraid to look for solutions for your problems. So it may not be that you're the one doing the solution providing. It could be that you're the one seeking certain programs, packages, and products, right? Or people to help you solve your problems. This could be a therapist, this could be some sort of doctor, this could be taking a training course, a certification, you know, looking for that life coach you need, professional development coach, whatever it is. And don't be afraid to go outside your sphere and really embrace the opportunities that can help you develop your own brand or your skills, or even just, you know, how to socially network. I'm picking up someone learning how to work with the internet more, how to develop websites, how to create and develop code, and someone maybe going into animation I'm picking up. It's really like not being afraid to create skill, go back to school, whatever that looks like. I'm seeing someone in the library, maybe you just read books and evolve that way, self-teaching, self-learning. Also, when going back, I know we had a card that talked about being the niche, right? You know what I'm talking about. I was talking about being the niche. It's somewhere. Anyways, be the expert, you know, lead. And I think for some of you who relate to that, that's what this is talking about. You're the one passing the torch, being the coach, being the speaker, leading retreats, leading classes, seminars, whatever it is for you, workshops. Some of you, it's like you have to create those things because your niche is very new, whatever that is. I'm not picking up anything specific, so this could be multiple things. It's quite new, or it's developing in a way where it's didn't really need to expand before, didn't have a lot of attraction. It was self-sustaining on its own, but that's changing. And so strategy, marketing, and all of that is changing. The social sphere even around this is changing, and so it's like people are having to learn a lot of things and expand in new ways and create a new path forward. So it's like you have to create your environment from the ground up, and don't be afraid of that. Collaborate. Business can be lonely. Find lucrative ways to collaborate with others to build both of your brands. Yeah, as I read this, I felt like this was going to be dealing with partnerships, particularly if we're talking about new businesses, new entrepreneurs who are going into fields dealing with picking up like radio or podcasting. This could even be a blogger, a social media artist. I'm picking up YouTuber, fields like that, TikTok person, even people who are writers or other type of fields like that. I'm even picking up businesses working together to collaborate on projects. Maybe not exactly partnering, combining their businesses, but they're partnering on projects. This could be like seminars and workshops, or coming together to sponsor something, so that they can put their name out there more. I'm even picking up, some people are creating, I'm not sure what to call it, but it's like the professional version of support groups. It's not a networking, it's like getting together to gab about the field, to let loose and just relax. So it's like a bunch, and they probably already do this, but I'm picking up like a bunch of doctors coming together, but this isn't in a professional way, because they do have professional networking where people get together and gab about the field, talk about this and that, but this is informal, more like support healing groups. Okay, it could be about for a bunch of people coming together in technology, or in whatever, some other field, but I see that, and it's really going to help a lot of people. I see some people coming together, starting out with friends doing that, but then it expands bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you've been thinking about that, take that as a sign to really move forward that idea, because it seems really fun, the energy around it. And I believe a lot of people could be in need of that, especially when we're dealing with, a lot more people are dealing with stress and strain in their work life, right, in their professional lives. So we have train, exercise daily to keep your body and spirit strong, healthy, and full of energy. You need to build your business. I feel like this is not just talking about what is obvious here, working out. And this could be also like referring to training your mind, developing skill. But I feel like this is Spirit asking you to really create more of a balance. Bring in play, bring in what feels good, along with your focus in your work, right? Even if while you're at work, take time to really relax and go with the flow. Have some fun. Let your hair down, right? If you're deciding to schedule time to relax and to bring balance, do what you can to not think about work, to not be on your phone, or even just checking your emails, because I'm getting where someone's doing that. They're in the grass, they're like, for the next hour I'm just going to do this, but they end up doing some sort of work, even if it's indirectly working, and that doesn't count. Okay, you can't say that that doesn't count. Indirect work is not work. Yes, it is. So stop it. Rejuvenate, relax. Business can be exhausting. Give yourself time to nourish your body and refresh your spirit with a deep sense of well-being. So that's self-explanatory. We just talked about that. Some of you, I feel like this is taking time for vacation, going on some sort of traveling or day tripping, road tripping, vacation. I see someone at the beach, at a roller coaster ride, at the aquarium, even going just to a concert or a symphony, just really having a good time. You really have earned that, whether you believe it or not. Simplify. Stop wasting time on busy work that doesn't move your business forward. Complete tasks that bring in money first. I'm getting, for a lot of you, this is also about simplifying your life. This ties into that balance. Some of you, this is a cry for help, though, because your body is being affected by this, okay? You've got a lot of tension, got an imbalance in your lives, dealing with, I feel like some of you are dealing with chaos, not just in the work sphere, but in your personal life, with relationships. It could be people in a marriage. It could be some sort of romantic entanglement here. But I see a lot of arguing, a lot of tension in a family. This could be dealing with finances as well, illness, because I'm picking up a caregiver who's caring for a family member who has an illness. It's just taking a toll on you. It's like you really do need some respite care, but you haven't really allowed yourself to do that. And some of you have been praying for a solution, wanting a solution. Opportunities and ideas have been coming forward to some of you, but it's like you give these examples or excuses as to why you can't follow through with them. But I do feel for a lot of you, those solutions are coming in, and they may come in ways that would surprise you better than what you've wanted before. A lot of helpful people, a lot of angels are around you as well. Some of you, you're dealing with loss, loved ones, and it doesn't have to be a recent loss. I'm getting some of you, you've kind of held on to guilt, to pain, to the suffering, to the grieving for years afterwards, months and years afterwards. And you know, a lot of those family members do visit you and are with you. They're actually cheering you on, wanting you to move forward, to get your life back, to go after your dreams. They're like, I'm getting like two pom-poms. They're like your cheerleaders. So know that they're fine and they're good. They're just waiting for you. I'm getting the phrase cross the finish line. They're cheering you on, and they know you can do it, and they want you to move forward. Start that business. Continue with your business. Develop your business more if it's already in play, in motion. Don't be afraid to expand and go out of your comfort zone. You can do it. The world is your oyster is another phrase coming into my mind here. I love you is another phrase. I love you, son. I love you, daughter. Cousin is coming in. I feel a lot of hope, a lot of happiness. They say we have been trying to speak to you, been trying to get you to see, to understand. And you're allowed joy. You are allowed joy. Allow yourself to have that joy. Get married if that's what's going on. I feel like some people have been putting off an engagement or something for whatever reason. Or some other relationships with other types of family members, girlfriend even. It's like, eat the cake, you know. I don't know where that's coming from. I guess I'm just getting a lot of random phrases coming into my mind. Someone's like, don't forget to eat the cake too. You know, it's not just about work. You know, a lot of people were like, you know, don't eat the cake because, you know, people don't want to gain weight. But then there's that argument that you can live your whole life and then die, and you chose at the last moment not to eat the cake. You never enjoyed that cake. And, you know, people, if the cake represents satisfaction and enjoyment and leisure and all good things, why didn't you eat that chocolate cake, right? Why didn't you eat the cake? And so they want you to eat the cake. Enjoy yourself. Some of you, this is literally about cake. I kid you not. So that's it for me. I hope y'all enjoy this reading. And I'm going to start posting them regularly. They will be edited, make them more professional looking. This one will just be strictly uploaded as is. But I appreciate your time and being here with me. And love and light to you. And as always, We are here for you, and you are special, and you are wonderful. I just feel like I have to say that. And have a wonderful night.